The world of real estate is littered with winners and losers, so you can't be complacent. You've got to do your homework, and that means researching your market, pricing your house accordingly, and always presenting it at its best, even if it's not convenient. You don't do the work and you won't reap the rewards. It's as simple as that. Multi-generational cohabitation is becoming more and more common with today's ageing population, and Pastor Andrea is about to uproot her extended family for the promise of a better life.
Living in a house for sale is very difficult. We're unable to cook, so we've eaten out a lot. So what's for dinner? I bought this house with my mom and dad 7 years ago. It was great when my mom was alive, but my mom passed. It's considered a family house, but nobody comes anymore because this house reminds them of my mom too much and they miss her. I think we need a fresh start in a new house to pull everything back together. I don't know why anybody's not buying our house. We're kind of worried. We hope it's going to be sold soon.
Pastor Andrea Blake's 4-bedroom brick home has been on the market for over 5 weeks. It's in a great family-friendly neighbourhood, conveniently located close to schools, shopping areas and a public transport system. Asking price is a reasonable $339,500. Yet she still hasn't had any offers, and other comparable houses in the neighbourhood are selling like hotcakes. So it's time to find out what's wrong. Would you mind if we take a look?
No, go ahead.
I know the house isn't brand new, but it's looking a little tired.
Tired? We painted this 2 years ago.
Well, I think we need to paint it again. Okay. She go through. Off Pastor Andrea's hall is a classic L-shaped living and dining room area. It's in pretty good shape, although there are some blemishes on the wall and there are a few too many couches in here. Am I right? Did this used to be a window?
Yeah, before the extension of the house, I think that was a back window. The curtains kind of give it a little flare.
There's definitely some flair, but it's just a little eccentric and it's kind of like a window to nowhere. So this is the kitchen then. Brand new fridge, which is great, and a broken sink. This is definitely something we're going to have to fix. So I love the cupboards, but I think we could do with a bit of TLC.
This is our family room.
It's really big and bright, but I think we can improve it. We want to maximise the light and space, and I also would maybe think about removing one of those cabinets. Just up there, you know, there's a bit of touching up needs to be done with the brackets. Wow, it's like a rainforest in it. The plants are leading all the way up to the ceiling.
None of my sisters or brother wants to take the responsibility of caring for them.
Well, I'll have a word with them.
Okay.
Should we go upstairs?
Sure.
Upstairs, the bathroom's actually not so bad. It's already well equipped with some updated tiling and some nice neutral colours. But these 4 bedrooms do leave something to be desired. So whose room is this?
This is my room.
I hope you didn't pay anyone to do this paint job.
The yellow ceiling was there before. The room used to be orange and yellow, and I tried to tone it down a bit.
Well, I think we need to tone it down a little more. And maybe do some decluttering.
I already decluttered my room. This was like the bare necessity.
Yeah, because this is really the bare necessity. Come on. Whose room is this?
It's my daughter.
Ooh, looks like the floor isn't totally finished. I think it's missing its quarter round. It's very tidy.
And this is my dad's room.
I think we need to change the wallpaper in here.
Sure.
But it's a good sized room and not much to do. Right, we've done the tour. And I think I really need to sit down with you and go over some points that I think are going to make this house sellable. I think Pastor Andrea is great, but she's got a lot to learn about selling houses, so I think it's about time I sat down with her. Well, the good news.
Okay.
That's where I like to start. You know, this is a big old house in a brilliant neighbourhood, especially good for growing families. But, and this is a big but, it is looking tired.
Tired?
Tired. For instance, this room, the kitchen, is the most important room in the house. Okay. It's the heart of the family. From a point of view of a buyer, if I came in and saw a broken sink, I'd be like, well, is there a damp problem? Has it leaked down, you know, to behind the cabinetry? And upstairs, you know, things like the quarter rounds missing.
Well, I thought, you know, with the great floor that the quarter round would not be so obvious.
Yeah, well, it is. The person who's going to come into this house, who wants to buy it, is probably going to have like 3 young kids. And you know what it's like when you have kids. You don't even have time to breathe, let alone think about doing major repairs.
We know that that's broken, but it's a lot of money to fix all these things up.
And we're here to help you get your whole house up to what I consider viewing standard. You can't underestimate first impressions. I know buyers aren't buying your furniture and your home decor choices, but sometimes it's just a first impression you get when you walk inside a house. I think I know why Andrea's house isn't selling, but I still want to talk to the real estate agent. Marlon, the house has been on for 5 weeks and you haven't had a single offer, which must be kind of frustrating for you.
Very, very frustrating.
What reactions have you had so far?
Well, most of the reactions were set around minor things in the home. It's all cosmetic, but it just gives the impression of a lot of work to be done on the home.
And have you discussed these issues with the pastor?
Yes, I've approached her, the painting. She did paint. But,
Blindfolded by the looks of things. So I've got to ask, does the price need to come down? Because a home is really only worth what someone's prepared to pay for it.
normally I would consider lowering it, but even though this house has its issues, it is quite a bit better than some of the product that's on the market right now.
It's obvious to me, after speaking to Marlon, that Andrea's exhausted all her options in making good the remaining fixes. But in all honesty, that's all it needs, a simple makeover to make the home, well, look lived in, presentable, and ultimately sellable. Perhaps I can give Pastor Andrea a little inspiration by showing her a comparable home in the neighborhood that sold quickly. Now, this family room is sort of the same size as yours, but it feels much bigger. And do you know why that is?
Bare minimum furniture.
Exactly. What do you think of this?
Put more furniture in here, maybe.
What, you
a
mean
table.
3 couches, 2 armchairs, a couple of tables?
Oh, maybe not that quite. I don't think it'll all fit in here.
I don't think it fits in your room either, Andrea. I want to show you the kitchen as well. You see one glaring difference? You're leaning against it.
Yeah, the countertop is in better shape than mine.
Yeah, that's pretty much it in this room. Is the faucet's working, it's not broken, and the countertop is new. If the kitchen is the heart of a home, then the sink is the heart of a kitchen. Selling a home with a broken sink is like trying to sell a car with no steering wheel. The investment return on a kitchen makeover can be as high as 120%. But be careful about spending too much. If you go overboard on a kitchen makeover, you can easily price yourself out of the market. See? Nice neutral paint colour.
Yeah.
And someone's actually finished the floors in here. What do you think?
Oh, paint job's a little bit better than mine.
Considerably better, as there's no roller marks on the ceiling.
I think my floor is way better than these floors, if we're comparing apples to apples.
Well, we're not. We're comparing floors to floors, and this is considerably better. Come on, then. Let's go see the other one. Professionally painting the interior of your home can result in a 300% return on your investment. It might be difficult to go out and spend $1,500 on paint, but if it adds $4,500 to your home's value and it sells your home faster, it's money well spent. What do you think of the house, honestly?
The paint job is nice, I must say that.
I think the main thing is a family could just walk in off the street and just go, oh, right, can imagine themselves living there instantly without having to do any work. And that is what, at the moment, differentiates your house with this house. No, you don't agree with me, do you? Talking to a brick wall. How long do you think it took for this house to sell?
Oh, I don't know. I'd say maybe 30 days?
14.
14?
I'm still not sure the message is getting through. In fact, Andrea may not be convinced until the job is done, so we better get started. It's time I called in general contractor Anthony Sayers to get this show on the road. Andrea, this is Anthony, our capable builder. The house at the moment is not giving the best first impression. It looks like there's a lot of work to be done. And, you know, I think there is a fair bit.
As I walked upstairs, the floor looks like it's just been refinished. Is that right?
Yes.
But a lot of the quarter round is missing, so there's actual gaps between the floor and the walls.
Okay.
And a nice new paint job as well upstairs.
I just painted.
You painted your ceiling yellow and the walls a completely different colour. The kitchen is like the most important room in a house. So what are your plans in there?
I'm gonna replace the countertop and new sink, new faucets. I'm gonna take off the handles off the cabinets replace with new after a new paint job. Most people don't realize with a good paint job, you can actually add about $10,000 to $15,000 to your house when you're trying to sell it.
So don't try doing it yourself then.
So it's just going to give your house a fresh, clean look that is going to make this house sellable.
Great, I'm happy.
Good, that's why we're here. Andrea, we're taking down the window to nowhere.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
This is quite a big moment.
I thought I was a great designer, you know?
One curtain down. Oh, well, not actually, because it's still attached to the wall.
I hope this is a primer because it looks kind of icky. I am not going to be living here anymore, so
No, that's exactly. I mean, in your next house, you can go crazy.
I can paint it whatever color I want. This is not going to be my room anymore. Some things are sentimental, and you know, when you're giving up some stuff, it's kind of hard. Here goes my fabulous yellow paint. See, it doesn't even want to go.
Hey, Anthony, what are you up to?
Hey, I'm just taking this countertop
Oh,
off.
goody, have we got a new one?
It's just right there.
Very snazzy. How much did it set you back?
The countertops are about $300.
And the paint?
I would say maybe $100,
And all the knobs?
maybe another $100.
So the whole kitchen under 500 bucks?
Yeah. The sink's gonna come out. You wanna give me a hand, actually?
Yeah.
There
Oh,
you go.
God. I think this is going to make a massive difference. Because this was
Yeah.
really putting people off.
Yeah.
And I think they thought that there was massive damp problems, which there's actually not. I mean, it's pretty dry back there.
It's dry. It's just people come here and
They see that and they're like, ah, were you reusing this?
Yeah, I'm just gonna reuse the faucet and the sink.
I'm going to have to get a scouring brush out on that sink, though.
Yeah.
Recycling, good for the environment and for the purse.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, the quarter round looks good.
Yeah, no, this is like the finishing touch. It just closes off the floor and the baseboard.
So is quarter round good value then?
I think so. I mean, it depends on the gap and the look that you're after. Because you can use quarter round or you can use a shoe mold, which a shoe mold is a little bit flatter and it's more square stock.
Right. I think quarter round looks great in here.
Yeah, I think so too. It suits the house.
Paying close attention to detail is a surefire way to help move a property quickly. It certainly did the trick for this comparable house in the neighbourhood. Unlike Pastor Andrea's kitchen, updated cabinets and properly working fixtures really help put prospective buyers at ease. This living room is the first impression of the home. Warm colours and less furniture really create an inviting feeling. Remember, the room no longer needs to be functional for you. It has to fulfill the lifestyle needs of your target market. In the bedrooms, there's no missing quarter round here. Generally, by the time buyers get to an upper floor of a home, their interest level has already been established. Therefore, bedrooms just need to be tidy, uncluttered, and most importantly, complete. Even though bedrooms are the icing on the cake, the icing still has to taste good. This home showed really well and it sold in just a few days. But it took a lot of work to get it there, and things are no different back at Pastor Andrea's house, where she's seeing her house go through a dramatic transformation.
All this work on the house is really overwhelming, but one thing I've learned is to let go of stuff, not to collect so much stuff. The decluttering part was a killer to get rid of all that stuff that we had. In my next home, I'm not gonna keep as much stuff as one come in, one goes out. These colors I wouldn't have picked, but I did write them down. So just in case, I love these colors, so I might use them in my new house, because this looks great, you know?
Or you could just hire me.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
What do you think?
Wow, I think it looks great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna
really.
be beautiful.
I'm really pleased with the work we've done at Andrea's house. You know, it is what it is. It's a modest house in a working class area. But at least now it's a turnkey property, so a young family can move in, no fuss, no bother.
Pastor Andrea's home needed to make a good first impression. With a fresh coat of paint and less furniture, the living room feels much larger and really draws you in. The colour scheme continues into the dining room, where we've removed the bulky component stereo and replaced the religious artwork to depersonalise the space. We brought in a new dining set to match the decor, but this area was more about removing than adding, which dramatically enhanced the first impression of the home for a very reasonable price. In the kitchen, the outdated cupboards and countertop, along with a broken faucet, screamed makeover. Now the light, modern-feeling countertop and cabinetry makes this kitchen feel spacious, comfortable and complete. Repairing and reusing the existing faucet and painting over the existing cabinets proves that you don't need big money to make a big impact. To help turn Pastor Andrea's overcrowded great room into, well, a great room, we removed one of the wall units, thinned out the plant life, and replaced the dark blue paint colour with a light, fresh earth tone. This transformation was inexpensive and yielded spectacular results. In Pastor Andrea's bedroom, a professional paint job, some sleek new window coverings, and a thorough decluttering has made all the difference. Overall, we kept it simple in the bedroom. Some nice new quarter-round and fresh paint colours with matching bedding have really stepped up the design. In the master bedroom, incorporating the existing dark furniture worked wonders. You don't have to be rich to create a rich and alluring decor. With a little ingenuity, we were able to dramatically enhance the look and functionality of Pastor Andrea's home for a bargain price. All right, Andrea's home is looking great, but we've got a few more tricks up our sleeve to prepare for the open house. Here are some things that every homeowner should know when preparing for the big show.
Exhaust every avenue when trying to raise interest in your property. In addition to your realtor's local listing service, find an alternative website. The best thing is, it probably won't cost you a thing. If your area is of particular multicultural interest, then advertise in the neighbourhood paper. It really doesn't matter if it's in another language, because beautiful photos and a listing price will speak volumes. In most cases, the realtor will pay for ads in national papers, so you might as well go big. Get them to place the biggest ad they can, and this will differentiate your property from others.
Getting this 4-bedroom home ready for sale has been a long journey, especially for Pastor Andrea. Now that she's on board, she's pulling out all the stops to prepare for that much-anticipated open house.
That's it. In a few moments, Andrea's new and improved home will be open for viewings. And I'm hoping now that it's turnkey, another young family will see the value in it, snap it up with an offer too good to refuse.
I think we've transformed Pastor Andrea's home from a cluttered, multi-generational home into a sellable turnkey property for young, busy families. Now it's time to find out if the open house provides the kind of positive reaction we've been hoping for.
So in here we've got this sort of grown-ups lounge.
I like it. It looks really fresh. I like the paint, actually. This kind of green I do like.
It's nice and bright.
Yes, it sure is.
We're off to a good start. Less furniture and a fresh new paint colour.
Nice size kitchen. I do like this. I like the cupboards.
Just as I thought, the new cupboards have really enhanced this kitchen's potential, and unlike previous showings, the broken faucet is no longer an issue.
I think this room's the selling point of the house. I think this room.
It's a good size.
Yeah.
Skylight. Oh, wonderful. This is a nice room. This is a nice big room. Nice high ceiling.
Brilliant. The new colour scheme and minimal furnishings have really drawn attention to the height and size of the great room.
So this is the master bedroom.
Right.
Maybe this could be an office or, again, room for the children.
Yeah, it's a good office. That's what I was thinking. Nice. Yeah, it's good size.
Just like in the kitchen, a new coat of paint, some decluttering and a few small repairs have allowed buyers to focus on the positives.
All in all, what do you think about the house?
I like it. It's big. It's a good size, especially just for starting out with our family. I really think that I could just move in. Like, it's not a lot of work.
I thought the size of the house is pretty big.
What are your thoughts on the house?
I like it. I really do. Like I said, I love the kitchen. I love that extra room.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yes, I think my son and his wife will really like this place. And I'll definitely get them to come in and take a look at it. There's potential in this house.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You imagine making an offer?
I think my husband would certainly have to see it first, but it's certainly on our list.
Well, no solid offers, but it seems like we've definitely generated some interest. I think it's too early to be breaking open the champagne, but definitely went well.
I agree. I listed the house. It's a 180-degree turnaround.
Yeah.
Some of the complaints we were having before, we haven't had one today. That's a definite improvement. People are not focusing on these issues. That one couple, they were looking for their son-in-law. I think they're very, very interested.
Yeah.
And I think it will sell fairly quickly.
You know what? I'm really pleased with the way the open house went. We made small changes, but they were tremendously effective, so we did our job.
I've learned a lot from this experience. The results, and I love the colors. I like the way they're tying in together and everything's just flowing. We thought we were going to be living here forever. My point of view on that is going to change. I think the house will be sold. I am that confident. I think it's going to be sold real quick.
In the week following the open house, traffic significantly increased in Pastor Andrea's newly sellable home. And to everyone's delight, it wasn't long before the house was sold, which brought the whole family one step closer to getting the fresh start they'd been waiting for.